107th Kansas Honor Flight returned from their trip to Washington, D.C. 93 Vietnam War veterans were welcomed home at the Wynn Golden Hotel in Wichita. We talked to one veteran who says he enjoyed seeing all of the sights in Washington, but seeing the Vietnam Memorial was the hardest.
So, I have a friend that died. I shed tears when we were there. Still hard.
Kenneth says he appreciated the warm reception they received, but they did not get one after the Vietnam War. More than 5,000 veterans have flown on Kansas honor flights since 2021.